Hey guys, Sovereign Jane Jenkins here, and I am the author of P Policy, which is a self-help book on setting boundaries and maintaining self-respect. It is to elevate the consciousness of young women in society today. Okay, so today I want to talk about getting into a relationship and losing yourself while you're in said relationship. And sometimes you don't even know it's happening. You go into a relationship with an open mind and you spend time with this person and you slowly stop doing the things you were doing before. You slowly stop exercising. You slowly stop doing things for yourself that you normally would do. And you literally intertwine your life into that person that you're dating. And suddenly you're doing the things that he wants to do. You're going places that he wants to go, or you're seeing people that he wants to see, and you often neglect your own friends because you're spending so much time with this person. And you know what that causes down the line if you lose this person? It causes a complete identity shift because suddenly you no longer have this person. You no longer have this friend group. You no longer have yourself because you neglected yourself and you stopped doing all the things that you used to do that made you uniquely you. So when you get into a relationship, always maintain what you're doing prior to it and carve out time to exercise, carve out time to treat yourself, pamper yourself. Go get the mask, go get the massages, go out of town, go to a trip to Napa. Like, you have to do the things that make you feel good outside of that relationship, because if that relationship fails, you're going to crumble because you're going to feel like a failure and you don't know what to do from that point on because you forgot who you were. I once had a friend who told me, she had to remind me, remember who you are after my relationship ended. And that was the best advice that she could have ever gave me. Now, this friend was the best friend of my ex. So it's very interesting to see how the tables turned and the dynamic shifted completely, because I'm technically no longer in her friend group. I am on my own and I'm having to rebuild from the ground up. And to have somebody step in and say, hey, remember who you are before you even met him, that made everything change, and it shifted back to me because I had to remember who I was and what I was doing before him. And I was a powerhouse on my own. I had goals, I had ambitions, I had standards, I had things that I like to do. So I started setting goals year by year, made sure that I pursued my goals and shifted the focus back on me. So first thing was first, I got a new body. I dropped 60 pounds and I started enjoying my body and seeing how it changed over time because I increased the amount of hours I was exercising. I was running more. I would do 2 hours of weight sometimes a day, or an hour and a half, and my body completely shifted. And it also retrained and recalibrated who I was as a person. My self-esteem increased as a result. So that was number one. Number two, I said I was going to go out of town on my dream vacation, which was Greece. So your girl went to Greece and I got to saw all the things that I wanted to see. I saw Santorini. I was the ultimate tourist. I was happy. I made new friends, and it was a time that I would never forget. And I was like 24 at the time, so I was in my prime. And next on the list was buying assets. So I bought my first asset and I was so excited, so happy because I finally had something that was mine and I didn't have to ever worry about somebody coming along and taking it from me, because I'm doing this as a single now. And then another thing is that I start setting personal goals. I made a goal to write a book, and this is the book, and it came to pass. It took about a year and a half. I started writing it when I went to Austria, and Austria was another learning experience because I went by myself, and it was the first time I ever went abroad to an entire country where the main language was not English, it was German. But I was still able to navigate safely and without a hitch, and I met new people and I enjoyed myself. So that was another thing I had on my list to do while I was a single. And the last thing that I really just wanted to do as a single was become a travel nurse. I became a travel nurse and I traveled everywhere. I did it single and I didn't have to worry about anybody distracting me and coming into my life and taking my energy, because I shifted everything and I put everything on my list that I wanted to complete before I re-intertwine my life with somebody else's. Now, am I open for somebody coming along and getting to know me and walking down that path again? Yes, I'm always open, but it has to make sense. It has to be realigned, and it has to align with my goals and my ambitions. So I'm not rushing that piece. In the meantime, I'm just living my life. I'm enjoying every day and taking it day by day. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself because I came so far in my healing journey. And I didn't officially have a therapist per se, but I would take certain facets of information from social media, from people, from coaches, from life coaches, and I would take it all in and make it a conglomerate of information and store it into my faculties. Now I'm operating from wisdom from multiple avenues. So now I don't have an issue with anyone, and I know who I am, and I know to stay consistently me if I get into another relationship, because I don't want to lose myself again. So that is my best advice that I could give to anyone who is looking to date again. Do not lose yourself in that relationship. Maintain who you are and maintain who you want to be. The interesting thing about this is the person that I dated briefly after my ex told me to keep running no matter what you do, because he knew I was a runner and I love to run. I would run miles and miles and miles a day to keep me from hurting, going back down that rabbit hole. And sometimes I would run while crying. Yes, tears falling down my face, and I'm still running. Feet are sore. Feet are numb from pounding the pavement so much, because sometimes I would run 6 to 7 miles a day. And when the pain was starting to subside and we had very open and honest conversations, he told me, like, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. Don't lose yourself again, no matter what. Stay you. You already have the answers. Every question that you have in your head, you already have the answers to, but you just don't know it yet. So the moral of the story is stay consistently you. Stay loving, stay humble, and go into your bubble if you need to recalibrate and shift some things to figure out who you are at your core, because we're all growing. Every day we're growing, and different experiences and different lifestyle touch points or trauma points are shaping us through this human experience. So no matter what, hang on to your identity. Don't forget who you are if you get intertwined into another relationship. Love yourself and love them as an extension, but love yourself more. So that's what I learned in this experience, in this journey of life thus far. So if you're interested in the story, this is the book. It is on Amazon, Kindle, and other online platforms. I'm going to be tagging the link below as well as in the captions. So love always, Sovereign Jane Jenkins.